Greetings, all you minis, my name's Sonic Rhymes, and today I want to talk about a little story from my youth. I'm sounding like a very old man, but I am an old man at this point. I'm 27. So, holy shit, this was a really long time ago. I want to say I was basically at the end of elementary school, going into middle school, that sort of age, although I was held back, so I was a little older. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. So, alright. My friends and I would usually hang out during the weekends. Obviously, it's when we could hang out the most. Sometimes we would hang out during the weekdays, but it was mostly on the weekends because we were completely free. What we would do, we would get on our bikes and we would just run around the entire neighborhood. It was a fairly large neighborhood and we knew it like the back of our hands. And we would also go there for checkers. My mom had a lot of extra income, so I was typically the one buying checkers for everybody. We would also go to Best Buy and see what they had. If they had something neat, we would get it. If it was like a game or something. Remember Best Buy? We would also get candy from there. But regardless, my two main friends were with me on a particular day. I don't remember their names, so I'm just going to call them Bob and Mike. So, Bob mentioned that he saw an abandoned building just outside of the neighborhood. It was a little bit out, and it was sort of near the checkers that we used to go to. We would go to. Okay, um, okay. So show us. We both, Mike and I, said at the same time. We went there, and it was like this old shopping center. I can't really describe it. It was just sort of like this old concrete, like basically shell of a building, and it was covered with graffiti, and there was some trash, and it was just really run down. Not a soul has been there for years, it looked like. But in actuality, when we started to do some urban exploring inside, we found evidence that people were squatting. We saw like recently opened soup cans and half-eaten soup and bunch of other questionable objects are like, okay, there's definitely people living here. We should probably just like not because this is kind of scary. So we left, and over the weekend, I'm pretty sure we all thought about it. This was the only thing on our mind. We linked up again in school on Monday, and we're like, okay, we got to keep this under wraps. We don't really want the entire school investigating this place because that doesn't sound good. Although, unfortunately, word of mouth spreads extremely quickly, even if no one is really involved with what you're saying, because there's always eavesdroppers. So the next week, the following weekend, um, we went back and we didn't see we didn't see kids from the school, but what we did find was more strange things, and we looked deeper into the shell of the building, and we found a door with a padlock on it. We could never get in there because obviously we didn't have bolt cutters or whatever. We were just little kids, and we were really afraid what was in there. We also found, I kid you not, casings, shell casings, like pistol casings. That really freaked us out. So, and also keep in mind, this was in sort of like a ghetto. It wasn't the greatest neighborhood, but it was where a lot of kids from school were. It was, oh my god. So we were promptly freaked out. But the next week was really, really interesting to me, and it was also kind of unnerving. Basically, almost everyone in the school knew about this place. This scary shopping center. Oh, it's like haunted. Oh, there's gang violence. People go there to make people quote unquote disappear. Oh my god. And yeah, a lot of people said they found way more things. They said that they wanted to explore even more. They wanted to stay there overnight. And oh my god, it became a whole big thing. And I was the voice of reason for a lot of these people. It's like, dude, are you fucking kidding me? This place is scary as shit. Why would you want to stay there? Yeah. Even though I was a little kid, I was smart enough to understand that no, this is no game. This is no game. I had enough street smarts, mostly from my older brother, because he explored the exact same place. Anyway, so over the few following weeks, more and more people would, say that they went to this place, and everybody knew where it was. And they would find more evidence. There'd be like new graffiti. There'd be new like cardboard boxes people were using to sleep or whatever, what have you. Someone said they found filled condoms. Gross. Um, just a whole bunch of very scary shit, and possibly new bullet holes and evidence of guns being fired there. I mean, I don't really believe it, but I mean, I wasn't close by it, so I probably wouldn't hear gunshots. And if someone was going to execute someone or shoot a gun there, they would have it suppressed with subsonic ammo, so it'd be mega quiet. But whatever, regardless. It was not a good place. It was very, very creepy, and it always had this ominous like energy to it. You look at it, it looked like a liminal space. It was just unnerving. You could feel like some people should be here. It felt like this entire shopping center was just straight up ransacked and abandoned. Like overnight, it was just abandoned and everything in it was stripped. It was just a concrete fucking shell of a building. So eventually, people stopped going there. They stopped, messing with this place. Especially because my older brother actually said he heard voices when his friends and him went to this place at night. Sounded like they were saying, "Hey, get back here," or "Who are you?" or "What are you doing?" Something along those lines. And when I heard that, I told my friends, and my friends told everybody else. I was like, "Yeah, this is getting serious. This is really getting serious. This is not fun anymore. Don't." And by my fucking surprise, no one else did, at least from my knowledge. This has been something I've been reoccurrently remembering. It was just like, wow, man, I did some stupid shit as a kid, especially in this sort of bad neighborhood. Man. But, at the end of the day, I don't think anyone got hurt or anything like that, but holy fuck. Don't go poking around in abandoned buildings, especially abandoned buildings with evidence of squatters. And possibly gang activity because there were gangs in this little neighborhood. I'm pretty sure. Very bad, very bad. But I hope you found this little story of my past interesting. I know some people wanted to hear more stories from me, but this is really like the last major story that I have. The rest of it is just very mundane. But this was an exciting sort of story. It was also very creepy, very scary. No like. Again, I repeat myself, don't go poking around in abandoned buildings, especially ones that have evidence of people being there recently. You never know. That's scary. Anyway, all that being said, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching, and remember, in Trilby, we trust.